Hi guys, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your patience and joining me. I haven't been online for a couple days. I have moved. I hate moving. I lived in my apartment for almost 12 years. Been through 3 owners. The newest owner, who's only 21 years old, doesn't seem to like old people. And with a kid that's so young, often when they don't like somebody, they retaliate. He has destroyed my own personal property. He has stolen personal property from me and raised my rent. And I overheard him talking to his father about some of the harassment he was doing. And his father said to him, well, she's old. Maybe she'll die of COVID. And they're supposed to be Christians. You're going to find a lot of people who claim to be Christians and are not Christians. So I decided to move. Like it says in the Bible, I shook off my skirt. I still have a few things to get out of my apartment. My daughter did most of the, has been doing all the heavy lifting. All I had to do was box it up and then unbox everything. I couldn't find the wires for my computer. So spent a whole 2 days looking for that so I could make a video for you guys. I hate moving. Everything in its place and a place for everything. So now I gotta find a place for everything once again. I have moved so many times in my life. I have lived in 5 states. I have owned 3 homes. But once you get older, I'm going to be almost 70 this year. You just don't want to deal with the upkeep, the expense, and everything's getting so expensive, as you know. So when I sold my last home 12 years ago, I decided to move into an apartment. And the past 2 owners have been great, just great. But this recent one who inherited a bunch of money and bought the building that I lived in thought he was, God in a sense. He owned the property and decided that he can do and treat people however he sees fit. He's going to have a hard reality to learn that reputations cannot be bought. Speaking of reputations and buying, I've been keeping up with the news. I can't believe what they did to Trump. This country has gone to hell. If they do this to a former president, can you imagine what they would do to the average Joe? If you live in New York, boy, I would be looking to move. My advice to Trump, I don't know all the legal aspects, but I would sell every piece of property that I owned and got out of New York State. We need to pray for Trump's safety. I don't know how you feel about him. If this is going to push you over the edge to vote for him, or if you don't keep up on the shenanigans that they pulled on him. But if they're willing to spend all that money and go after, a former president, can you believe that? They didn't do it to Bush. They didn't do it to Clinton. They didn't do that to Nixon. I have heard even veiled threats against Bush. So we need to pray for his safety. We need to pray for this country. I really like to listen to Appalachian Homestead, Patera. And I like what she said about how in hell they have a different corner in hell for these people. They're probably got nameplates in those corners for these crooked politicians. Nameplates with burning coal. One day, God will separate the wheat from the shaft. I'm probably saying it wrong. Separate the wheat from the weeds. Many people who claim to believe in God, I don't really think they do by their actions. Did they forget that God has a book and he's writing everything down? I want to talk a little bit about preparedness because of my move and moving large bookcases and cabinets. I wanted them bolted to the wall. You just don't know when you're going to have an earthquake. And talking to my daughter's boyfriend who bolted the one cabinet to the wall. The other one still needs to be bolted. He did not realize that we have earthquakes here in South Dakota. Yeah, you can have earthquakes anywhere. Yeah, and even in very diverse places that are unexpected. And lo and behold, yesterday there was a magnitude 3.7. He's 55 years old, I believe. Didn't realize that we do have earthquakes here in South Dakota, and it was a magnitude 3.7. It is 191 miles from where I am at. I find that, talking to him, like the Cold War. He's not old enough really to remember World War II or the different conflicts throughout history. But he said that growing up during the Cold War made him really afraid about nuclear weapons. So certain things, I think, him as an example. People are afraid of certain things, so they don't research, they don't look up, they just want to put up rose-colored glasses across their eyes. I find that knowledge eases a lot of fears that you might have. So maybe he's afraid of earthquakes, and because of his fear, he did not investigate what type of safety measures could be done to prevent injuries or damage to property and things like that. The same thing with nuclear weapons. There's all kinds of different types of nuclear weapons and size. EMPs. I don't think he knew anything about EMPs and airburst nuclear weapons, how it just strictly takes out all the power and large items with chips. It leaves all the buildings and the people intact, but just destroys everything that we depend on with our power system. He did not even consider that if the power goes out because of an EMP, that it would not just disrupt the power to his home where I am now living, but the long-term disruption to the factories that produce our goods and our food, the farm equipment, shipping, communication, how that would go on for years and years and set us back to the Stone Age, basically, for decades. So because he didn't even think about it, because he was just too afraid to think of the consequences, he's not a prepper. And I explained to him, because there would be no food production, you need to learn skills about how to grow food, how to preserve food, how to raise the livestock, how to grow it. He did not know that the majority of our transformers are not made here in the United States, but they are, in fact, most of them are made in China. And they just don't make them overnight, and they just don't have extra transformers for our power system. It takes a minimum of 1 year to make a transformer, usually about a year and a half, maybe longer. Look at what Texas is dealing with because of the tornadoes, which in my opinion, I think it's weather modification, weather wars, that took out the 10 high-power towers for the power there. It's going to be weeks before certain areas are going to get power back. Here's the power outage map for the United States as I'm making this video. Yeah, Texas is still in red. Customers out, 221,965. Think of all the people that require life-saving equipment. Insulin that has to be refrigerated, from what I believe, or oxygen machines to keep them alive. So it could be a natural event that takes out your power for a lengthy amount of time, not just the stupidity of the politicians who can't seem to get along. And I explained how if it is a long-term power outage, how the food in the stores would probably only be there for about 1 day, and then afterwards people would probably ransack others, steal their food. desperate people would do desperate things to feed their family and their small children, or even themselves. A lot of people, because of their fear, won't even look past the end of their nose to try and foresee what would happen, each step of the way as events unfold for any length of time. Just ignoring something doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. We can pray that it doesn't happen, but with myself stockpiling food and medication and things to barter with, it's kind of like money in the bank, especially with inflation. And I save gas by not going to the store every day. He got all excited because of my butter, my supply I have of butter. Maybe 6 boxes of butter, four cubes to each thing. He says him and my daughter and my 2 granddaughters, they use a lot of butter. And I explained to him too that I had butter that I had made myself. It's another skill. Making your own butter is really simple to do. When something is on sale, I stock up. And I told him, I says, well, if you get low on something and you notice it's down to maybe 3, let me know so I can go out and stock up again. Do not wait until it's all gone and you go to get something and it's not there. Don't wait. Let me know ahead of time that we're getting low so I can go out and, resupply everything. There's talk about the you-know-what flu. It's supposed to be worst pandemic, or so they're going to try and make it worse than the last pandemic with the lockdowns. A good time to stock up on vitamin C and other types of vitamins. Keep your immune system healthy. With my recent move, boy, I'm definitely getting the extra exercise. And I got 2 flights of stairs to climb up every day to go to my bedroom. And I'm making multiple trips up and down the stairs. Boy, after the first day, my calves felt like they were on fire. So I'm getting my exercise. Even after I get all the boxes put away and everything organized, and that's going to probably take 6 months. I'm still going to be getting my exercise. I'm going to have area for a garden. Won't be able to have a garden this year. Too late in the season. But she's also got chickens, so we get fresh eggs every day. So I'll be working out in the garden. I'll be out taking care of the chickens, and she's got a rabbit and a guinea pig and cats and a dog. You got those of you that follow me will remember how the landlord trashed my garden last year. I really enjoy having fresh, organic. Everything in my garden is always organic. Fresh vegetables, tomatoes, carrots, cabbage, lettuce, things like that. So I have all the seeds. They're stored in my freezer. And next year I look forward to having a garden. She does have tomato plants this year that she planted. I'd like to plant some more. I told her I'd like to put up some tomatoes, can them, make different things out of them. So I still might be able to do that. I don't know. We'll see. So going back to this earthquake, they had there in Pierre, South Dakota, a 3.7 that 457 people said they felt. I was trying to think, okay, was that bookshelf already fastened to the wall by then? It was at 2:39 p.m., so it was. And it was intensity level 5. Felt in Rapid City. I was talking about how where I'm living at here in South Dakota, there isn't any really nuclear targets where I'm close to. Now in Rapid, there's a military base. There's an Air Force base there. I believe it's one of the longest runways they have in the country. So the earthquake was felt there. One response, intensity level 5. Or 1, excuse me. I'm tired. Let's see. We got Sioux Falls. Let's see. Sully. Let's see. Okay, Pier. Intensity level 5. Pier's the capital for South Dakota. Let's see. Another one, intensity level 4. There was 5 responses from there. How far north? Oh, Aberdeen. Someone in Aberdeen. Intensity level 1. Fort Pierre, intensity level 4. 9 reports from there. I want to see who's got the most reports. 2, 1, 2, 9. Let's see. 2. Brule. Let's see. 1. So here we got the moment tensor ball. Yeah, we got spreading here. Uplift. Yeah, it came straight up from below the ground. Tension was applied going towards the north. All right, going to Google Earth. Here's the location of that earthquake, right in the middle of some farmland, it looks like, and we'll bring it out. We got the Missouri River. Fault lines often follow along waters and streams and things like that. So it was quite a ways from me. Over here is Watertown, where I live. And then there's Aberdeen. I used to live up over there. Worked there for many years. But you can see, you know, this part of South Dakota, yeah. I don't have all the earthquakes put on here, but up north here, yeah, it is unusual. We got a 2.7. That was October 19th of last year. A 3.0, December 10th of last year. The largest looks like a 1964, a 5.1, and I don't have any data written on that one. Okay, then we got December 16th of last year, there in Nebraska. Now this area, I used to have all kinds of earthquakes listed here, but when my Google Earth reset, I lost a lot of the different earthquakes, but most of them are in this area of Nebraska. To get it up here, you know, to the north of South Dakota is very unusual. But it's just another sign of the times. Things like this are going to be increasing around the world. And speaking of increasing, you might be able to see the aurora borealis tonight. The northern lights, at least where I'm at. We're going to be hit by that solar flare, which was an X1.45. That is that sunspot that went behind the sun for about 2 weeks. It's coming around now. And they'll give it a new number. It won't have the same number. I believe it was 3665. Let me check to see if they gave it a new number. But it's still really active. So the northern lights that we're possibly going to see as far south as Ohio, that could be tonight or over the next couple days. Yep, they gave it a new number. It's the same sunspot, but because they're not positive that it is, they gave it a new number. So it is 3697. And that's the one that's coming around. Let me bring this down. But then we also got 3695, that's Earth directed, and 3691. Those are also fairly large, and those are Earth directed. But this is the one that's been giving us all the problems. NOAA is saying that it could be a glancing blow. So if we do have auroras, that could extend through June 1st. So here we have the wind predictions. Up at the top, you can see the date Let me bring this back. Let me pause this and I'll bring it back. Okay, so that is the first, but it looks like it's still going to continue. If you look at the bottom one, could continue, well, yeah, through into the second maybe, and I'll bring it back for the peak, which would be tonight. Yeah, that could be universal hours. Yeah, all right, let me move it a little bit farther. I haven't made a video in a few days, so I wanted to catch up on some of this stuff. Yeah, things in Ukraine are not looking good with, NATO and all that. Here on Flight Radar 24, this is just the military aircraft, only military, that's flying over the U.S. What we got here? Let's see. That's a trainer. I'll bring this over so you can see what I'm clicking on. Yeah, you can see we're doing a lot of training right now. Strato tanker, a refueler, another refueler. Did I do that one already? Oh no. Okay, that's security. Yeah. I believe that one is our early warning for war. Where'd they come out of? It's not going to give me the... Oh, Omaha, probably Nebraska. Yeah. Let's see. Where is he at now? Where is he headed? We're over Wyoming. That's interesting, Wyoming. I know, I haven't done a report for Yellowstone in quite a while. I keep watching it, though. What do we got here? Okay. What are they doing? Yeah, up there in Montana and South Dakota. Interesting. That could be being used for intelligence collection. You know, they look out sideways quite a ways. Yeah, okay. Oh, and there's the Doomsday plane. Right there. Yeah, whenever you see E6B Mercury, that's the Doomsday plane. Command and control for nuclear war. I feel that things are going to be heating up June. I don't know why. But yeah, things are going to escalate this coming month. Where did he come out of? I don't know if that's where they came out of, or that's when they decided to turn on their transponders. Yeah. Another refueling tanker there. Another one there. Putting in hours maybe. Training. What's that one? Oh, Pegasus. Okay. Military transport getting all tongue-tied here. Yeah, I haven't been getting much sleep. Yeah. I am so glad I found my wires for my computer, though, so I could do this. I know it's lengthy. I'm I talk a lot. Yeah, I know. There's another. Yeah, and these are probably all trainers down here, these little triangles. Yeah, see, these are trainers putting in their hours. Let's check out overseas. Okay, we got another trainer there. What do we got here? Royal Air Force coming out of Cyprus. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. We got a base there in Cyprus. What do we got down here? Let's see. Yeah, they finally admitted that Iran has nuclear weapons and is now upgrading their stockpile uranium to make nuclear weapons. I keep saying that for years and years. They have weapons. What do we got here? We got this one too.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah, there's my granddaughter. Hi, kiddo. Yeah, and we've heard about all the stuff that's going in Taiwan. Nothing's showing up here, though. Anyways, I gotta give some attention to my granddaughter. She's only 3. She's a sweetie. Yeah, she's a sweetie. She just left. Oh, she's coming back. Here she comes again. All right, what do we got here? United States Air Force. Something's going on here in the Baltic states. I've talked about that in the past. Yeah, we could see a conflict there because of Belarus. Yeah. Okay. There's Prague and Germany. Yeah, I believe we are going to go to war. But anyways, there's the update. I'm going to have to go. I'll try and make another video later. Yeah. Belgium. Yeah, you should get this Flight Radar 24. It gives you a lot about what's going on. There's the Czech Republic. What's going on there? All right. Well, you stay safe. Be prepared. Thank you very much. And it's good to be back. And I'm glad I found my wires. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.